Hi YouTube. We're going to discuss Beyond Meat today. We're going live on Facebook. Live on Facebook. We're good? We're, we're good? Ladies and gentlemen, Beyond Meat, what every analyst got wrong, what every analyst will continue to do wrong, what every analyst is going to do next Monday after they report, and everything you need to know about Wall Street's hottest IPO. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. By watching the show, you are agreeing told me, Mark Melnick, NT3 Live, harmless and not responsible for anything. If you disagree to that, exit this video. If you do agree, just simply keep watching and enjoy the show because we're going to talk to you about Beyond Meat today. What is actually going on with the stock and how we've been capitalizing on it, but what's going to happen Monday. So this is going to be pre-earnings analysis for Beyond Meat. So when Beyond Meat first hit the market, it was it was a beautiful day. It was May, let's see, when did they IPO? They IPO'd on May 2nd, earlier this year. So the stock's been around, you figure, whatever. All going on close to 3 months now. And it's been just absolutely phenomenal. Now, there's something that makes Beyond Meat different than all the IPOs. There is something that makes all the analysts that are going to be wrong, and it's going to finally pull out the guts of analysis. I'll explain to you the psychology of the current environment and how it's going to draw out an analyst to put a big price target potential on Beyond Meat based on Monday's earnings. So let's just get right into it. Hope you guys enjoyed the Starbucks call from the last Newsbeat show, but let's just get right into it today. So Beyond Meat is not a garden burger. They are not making your garden burger. You know why? Because garden burgers taste like garbage burgers. They suck. Take any of the popular brands. This I got the fancy ones. I got the ones from Whole Foods markets, and there were like these thicker patties, and it's made from all these vegetables. Only I could only pronounce 3/4 of them, and they have all these different ingredients, and I'm like, what the hell? I just want ground beef, maybe some salt, pepper, and bang, just kick it out to me. Like that's what I want to see in ingredients in a burger. Then you try the veggie burger and you're like, okay, I'm going to close my eyes, try this garbage, and pretend that it's actually a real hamburger. And then I bite into it and I'm like, this burger sucks. This is not a burger. This is a mush slime pad between a real hamburger roll, and my body's like looking at me from my stomach, looking up at me, saying, Mark, what are you doing, man? What are you putting down your throat? Stop! But Beyond Meat is doing it differently. So we've obviously seen Beyond Meat. We were calling it 3 days in a row as an overnight. Some people took it once, some people took it twice, some people took it 3 times. I ended up taking it twice so far. Uh, Look, on this Beyond Meat, what is happening here is several things. I could talk to you about it fundamentally, I could talk to you about it technically, and I will discuss both. So, yesterday we were saying that you have a 100% chance to resolve in Beyond Meat today, lest it be in a 12-cent range. It ended up gapping up a little. It took off. We put a 215 target, followed by 220 potential with resistance overhead, and it ended up hitting 222.89. 222.89. And that's a home run. That's a home run. I started actually buying this thing late. So we went ahead and let's see what Twitter has to say. And then I'm going to explain to you the fundamentals of the company. But I need to explain to you some things first. And then I'm going to explain the fundamentals to why my $320 target's going to hit. And yes, I'm the one who put a $200 target. Yes, there is a video. Yes, it's the only one timestamp like we have on Wall Street that exists putting a $200 target. We're the only people who put a $320 target. And that hasn't happened yet. But as we approach it and we get hot towards it, I have to explain to you what's going on. All right, so because we are making money all week on this and it was so controversial, I said, feel free to ignore this one as it's controversial. And I bought next week's $250 calls at $8.30. Currently, right now, Beyond, as we speak, is at $231.85, showing a beautiful, just a sub $10 gap up at the moment, about $9 at the moment. The stock was up a bit more than this earlier, it was up over $12. And what is happening is you are forcing the hands of the analysts. Now, you might be saying, I've heard all the naysayers. It actually was one of T3's most controversial videos. If you want to hear the hilarious replies that I'm assuming T3 inevitably deleted since I didn't touch them, I do want to go over that, which of course they should have been deleted, but whatever. So let's just go right into that right now with Beyond Meat. And taking a look here at Beyond Meat. This is a company technically that broke above this. We have been using Bollinger Bands recently, and we've had a phenomenal hit rate so far. We've been making a lot of money just on Bollinger Band overnight ideas. And what happened was you closed above the Bollinger Band with elevated volume for the first time since a while on July 22nd. That's what happened this Monday. So I actually ended up buying the $200 calls these days. I was buying the $200 calls. And what happened was the next day it opened up higher, shot to 206, 207, 208. I took my profits on the call. I was like, wow, my calls exploded. Some people in the room held. And what happened was on this day, I'm like, guys, this stock when it opened at 201, ended up closing at 202.92, about a couple points higher. And I said on this day actually that the stock could get to 215 because it's still holding above the Bollinger Band resistance level here, and it's also in a triangle wedge formation while being forced to resolve tomorrow being today. Opens up today. A lot of people I've seen $30,000 days, $50,000 days. The best I think was like 57,000 for whatever someone shared with me. But these options basically went through the ceiling. I didn't make no 30, 50 grand on this, in all fairness. I came out very well, but I am not in that ballpark. Some people played this idea better than I did. But what I keep doing is I keep buying the damn thing. Someone replied. Beyond words right now. What is that? Oh. Somebody is still holding their $200 calls, and they're going to be over, if they open up here they'll be way over $30 tomorrow. We're paying $5 for it, so I guess somebody decided to tweet and share that with us. Thank you. Now let's talk about the fundamentals for why this is a $320 company. I think that is of utmost importance right now. So with Beyond the Meat, you have to realize that they are trying to make fake bacon and fake steak. And you might laugh and think that's funny. There is already fake bacon, Mark. There's turkey bacon. Don't underestimate that people want to eat Beyond Meat because they think they're eating healthier, when in actuality they may or may not be based on the ingredients of these things. But they think they're eating healthier. And more importantly, one thing nobody talks about is the footprint. Beyond is going to be able to break into every sexy space for every single restaurant that actually wants greener food. You already see it in New York. We use green energy here. We use this here. We use, people are trying to reduce their carbon footprint. That is one of the big things with the global warming talks that have been going on. And the people who do decide to try to do what they feel is personally best about it, or more like trying to make, what is the word I'm looking for? Basically, political posturing. That is the best word for it. Because they're a business and it's about money, it's not about politics, but they can use politics to their advantage. Don't think Beyond Meat, don't think that their price has nothing to do with politics. Wait till I tell you the short float in Beyond Meat. Your underwear is going to, I don't know, something disgusting. You're gonna make a mess. Let's put it that way. I just want to share with you their short float right now, according to MarketWatch. Short interest representing more than 50%, 5.87 million shares, representing more than 50% of Beyond Meat's float. A lot of the shares are locked up. So you are sitting there with almost 6 million shares 6 million shares short based on the entire float. And when this thing goes up, people are on the phone with their brokers because when you're short a stock, they're like, hey, Timmy, Yeah, we're gonna have to get you out of this beyond. How far do you want to let this thing run before we start asking you to send in a check? That's how the brokers are. And people are like, uh-oh, I thought it was gonna go down by now. Please save me, analyst. Please save me, analyst. Please save me, analyst. And then you know what happens with Timmy? Timmy doesn't even actually cover his shares. Timmy's broker covers his shares because the firm puts out a note and they say, look, your dollars are drying up. You have infinite risk. You know, this thing, who knows where this thing is going to go. We're going to have to get you out of your position. And then what happens with that 50% plus short float is it starts buying on top of each other. Let me ask you this right now. How many people, God, I hate going back to the same underwear analogy. How many people would be crapping themselves in the figurative term, not the literal, if you are short beyond meat? How many of you would be scared to be short beyond meat? I would have been scared out a long time ago. But let's say you're in at this point and they're reporting earnings on Monday, and then I'm going to talk about their numbers. And you know what? Part of the Newsbeat show is everybody should bring a 6-pack of underwear. Everyone should bring a 6-pack of underwear. That way you could stay sanitary throughout the entire show. Because if you were shorting this stock, which over 50% of the float is, holy expletive word, excremental word, are you crazy? You have infinite risk. You have infinite risk when you have an open short in something. Infinite is how the brokerage decides risk. They try to use parameters. Well, it's not really infinite. Your short Apple's probably not going to $1,000 overnight or 900 or 800, but they have numbers where they feel it could do, and a lot of brokerages have blown out because of that. You know how many brokerages ended up losing because of Enron? It's the sad thing about Enron is I was a trader during Enron and I watched it go from the 70 to the 10. When you were in Enron and you saw everybody just flooding out the door to sell out of their scam company, a bunch of the brokerages went out of business because what happened was you would wake up and the stock would be down 10 points, 20 points, and you're sitting there and you're like, this thing has to rebound. And you don't want to sell then. And that was the mentality during Enron. It's still a lot of the mentality today. A lot of you suffer from this psychological toxicity today. And then they watch the stock go all the way and they're selling out their shares at $3. You used to get articles in the newspaper of people jumping out of buildings after that. People's lives were destroyed by that company. Beyond, like if this is Enron to the short side here, Beyond is right here. Because instead of having a frenzy to sell the shares, you're going to have a frenzy to buy the shares. You cannot hold a 50% float with a stock that's up 700% from the IPO price. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. Once this company starts making fakin', believe me, they're trying their hardest to get away from that word. They will never use the word fakin'. You know why? Because they want to use the word bacon. When they sell their Beyond Bacon, you're going to open up their meat products to about every single person in the world, religious person in the world who doesn't eat bacon for religious reasons or health reasons. You know how many people have heart disease in America and they love their bacon? And I'm sure, again, I'm not saying it's going to be better for their heart than real bacon, but it will be interpreted that way. It will be interpreted that way. And when they make this fake bacon, they are going to be selling their product. All you want to know how they make their next $10 billion? They make all their food kosher using halal meat and kosher. They make two different brands. They do that, and you just what advertise to 1 out of 4 people on the planet. You want to include the people with heart problems out there? 1 in 3 people on the planet. You just opened up the door and said, "Here, you can have this." What do you think is going to happen? Dunkin' Donuts just introduced a breakfast sandwich. It's being sold in Manhattan. That's the Beyond sausage in it. Guess what? You are going to have vegetarians and vegans eating meat. That's actually going to be the smaller crowd of people, believe it or not. They're also making an alternative to pork and steak. Now, what happened is everybody started jumping up at the opportunity to expand their business by using this product. It's going to come down to if one of these companies say that we're making more money because we're selling our Beyond, and they will have statistics on it. As soon as Dunkin' Donuts comes out and says people are buying this fake sausage because they're walking into a Dunkin' Donuts and think they're buying something healthier, once Dunkin' Donuts actually releases those numbers, every restaurant in the world is going to have to get on that page. And if Beyond makes a name for itself, which it already has, I might raise my $320 target further. Now let's go right into the numbers of Beyond. Just to talk about, what we're actually dealing with here. What we're actually dealing with here. Because Beyond did report earnings already. Many people are unaware that Beyond Meat report. How many? Just be honest. How many of you were just unaware that Beyond Meat already reported earnings? Just be honest if you were. That's okay. That's why I'm here. That's why we're going over every single thing. You knew? Good for you, Amy. You knew it? Good. You didn't know it, Laxbro? Yeah, yeah. See, yeah, Amy. So let's talk about their earnings. It was on June 6th. This is when we did our infamous video where we put a $200 target on Beyond. It's literally timestamp. Look at the Newsbeat show from June 6th. They reported after hours. The stock was at like 115, 116, 117. We put a $200 target on it. Some of the quotes that I keep by me. Mark, it's a bubble and you don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. You're a fool. Fake meat equals fake targets. You are I can't say some of these words, blank stupidest person I've ever met. Mark, this is a bubble. Mark, when the shares, oh, when the shares are released for sale, this thing is going to go to $40. It became T3's most controversial video overnight, right over here when we put a $200 target. The stock shot up to 186, pulled back, and then shot to $201.88. The stock then pulled back here, started going up here, and I came out when the stock was in the 160s, 170s, and I put a $320 target on Beyond. And again, people said, I'm not even going to read the colorful stuff. They said I have it written down. I'm not here to do that today. But yes, people got angry at me. And the funny thing is, if that makes you angry, and maybe you're not angry at me, but let's say if that makes you angry that Beyond is potentially going to $300, is because people don't understand what this company just did. On the political front, back to the point, they are advertising themselves, they are posturing, basically saying, we care about the earth, we care about planets, we care about green gases. You want our product? Remember, we were the first people on Wall Street to suggest Amazon will buy out Whole Foods. We called it for a year. We caught chatters on it. What did I make? I don't know. $200,000 on that trade? Trades? It was chatter like every other week saying that Whole Foods was going to be taken out. And it was rumors, rumors, rumors. But we called those rumors to be true, and it ended up happening. Why? Because Whole Foods is a green market. If Amazon could equate themselves to green friendly and healthy and organic, it's a home run for them. With Beyond Meat, why it's going to be a home run for them. And just here's Beyond Meat after hours now at 230, 250 at $233. And if you, by the way, like, just to point out, I will say my entire room knew when the stock was about 231 that we were going to be talking about this tonight. Talk about, getting what Jim Cramer is going to speak about before Jim Cramer says it. So Newsbeat Live members do get that access. But I regress. Back to BYND. The thing with this stock is people are underestimating what they're going to report. You have to realize that they have access to every single restaurant on the planet. Most, not all, most. People are going to act as if they're eating healthier. You're on a date with a girl and you're going to go out with that girl and you're ordering McDonald's like I have in the past. And you're going to be like, and McDonald's might not take them, but I'm using that as an example. You're going to order the meatless patty. Why? Because it tastes good, it looks good, and it makes you look good eating it. You're ordering breakfast sandwiches for the office. How nice of Mark to bring meatless patty, meatless breakfast sandwiches. He really is concerned about the world and keeping it a greener place. It's genetically modified protein powder? No, I didn't know anything. I don't need to know anything about that. That doesn't mean anything to me. When this company comes out and they start doing their things, this company is going to overtake a large portion of the world. You're going to start seeing companies come out and competing with them just as you have. Tyson Foods is going to compete with them and they're going to compete with them. You know why? Because they were already left behind. This is a buyout target. This is a buyout target. They would be stupid to sell themselves for anything less than $500-$600 a share because they've already established their name as the first credible veggie burger in existence. And when they release their bacon, everybody's going to want to try that. And when they release this, everyone's going to want to try their steak. Heck, you're going to have Jewish people, Muslim people who are devout non-eaters of pork eating Beyond Bacon, eating Beyond Sausage. Open market, open market. Oh, look, we just opened up to the entire Middle East. Oh my God, we just opened up to India. India people don't want to eat beef. It's sacrilegious to herd a cow. In most parts of the country in India. Oh, but I can still have a steak? What is India? The only country on the planet with more people than China? What do you think happens here, ladies and gentlemen? The problem is people are beyond emotional. And they can't look at the damn thing and say, it's a short squeeze. It's technically above Bollinger Bands. It shot up before when it does it. It's going to report earnings. Over half the shares are short. They are dropping a brick. If they don't want to cover their shares tomorrow, they have the hugest huevos grandes that I have ever seen in my entire life. Okay? That is how I feel about the name. Are you crazy, bro? What do you like? Take away the dude's whiteout containers, throw them in the garbage. Have you been inhaling those things? You're still holding your Beyond short? Are you stupid? What is wrong with you? Are you going through something? Come, we're going to have an intervention. It's like one of those things like you're short Beyond Meat. You come home from the office, you're pissed off, and you go inside your living room and you see every single person you know and family members with a strange guy in a suit and a tie. And they're like, Mark, hi, your family wants to tell you something. You have to be absolutely out of your mind to hold short this company, even though you're going to be right. You're going to have a day where Beyond plummets. Maybe it's even Monday. Oh, please let it be Monday. I'm still short. But when this company starts giving projections of the type of companies and type of markets that they actually have access to, things they have not been talking about, things that are very obvious with all these analysts, I'll even show you the funny, like you've never heard analysts talk like this in your life. I promise you, I'll prove it to you. You've never heard analysts talk like this. We're going to pull up real analyst stories. Okay? Let's go ahead and do it. Real analyst stories. And the analyst stories are this. I'm pulling it right. This is the good one from Credit Suisse. This is word for word. I'm not paraphrasing one word here. This is the actual analyst. This is actually what is being said. Credit Suisse boosts Beyond Meat sales estimates but keeps a $125 target. They did this on July 2nd. Here, ladies and gentlemen, is July 2nd. Right over here. Right over here. The stock closed at 149.71. Right over there. Analyst comes out, but listen to what he says. The analyst also boosted his EBITDA estimates for Beyond Meat modestly above consensus. However, he keeps a neutral rating on the shares with an unchanged price of 125. So first of all, the stock's trading 25 points higher, 20% higher than where he thinks it's going to go. And he keeps a neutral on it, not a sell rating. That's curious. Are you afraid of something, bro? Tell me how you really feel about that company. So he thinks they're going to beat the EBITDA estimates. He thinks they're going to be ahead of Wall Street, but he's keeping a neutral rating and a $125 target on a $150 name at the time. How about this on July 20th, coming right out of Barron's? So Barron's said this right before Monday started. Barron's came out with this. I can't make this up. I'll even show it to you. This is too much here. This is what Barron's said. They said Beyond Meat stock could spike after earnings. Here's how to play it. Beyond Meat stock is so well done that investors might be forgiven for concluding there's no juice left in the trade. That is the first sentence right off of Barron's. And I look at that and I'm like, bro, Barron's, are you crazy? Now, I have a lot of respect for Barron's. I love their articles. I really do. A lot of the stuff I agree with, a lot I don't. This is one of the things I don't. What do you mean there's not a lot of juice left? After they said that, the stock opened up at 178.50 and is now trading at $236. Really? Is that how there's no juice? What do you consider juice? Are you talking beyond juice? Like it's made from, it's orange juice made from vegetables, not oranges? It's a pea protein orange juice. Like, what do you mean there's no juice left in it? You have 50 million shares short. You have people, and I know people with massive size beyond positions who are up in the heavy, heavy millions, like 8 figures, not 7. And I know those people, and I know them personally. And when they speak to me, they're just sitting there and they are just sitting in the stock. They have not sold one share. They're like, Mark, I'm just doing nothing with it. I'm just holding it. Yeah, it's great. They got in right at the IPO price. They have big brokerage accounts. They bought right at the IPO price, and they're just sitting there to this day, watching this happen. Beyond Meat is going to be reporting Monday. They will be reporting Monday. And the number one thing for traders to keep in mind is, yes, this is a hype stock. I agree with that. I agree that people have really been, so skeptical. It's anybody can do it. Anybody could take them. Anybody. Nobody will do it. The reason why nobody will do it is because they're all trying to do it right now. That's why nobody's going to do it. They all missed the boat. You want a healthier alternative? You want to make your company look better and cleaner and bring in a new group of people who would never shop at your restaurant before? Wait till you see Beyond Meat Chinese food. Wait till you see that. Beyond Meat being used in Chinese food. Wait till you see that at your local Chinese restaurant. Wait till you see other restaurants adopting the fake meat. Wait till you see people in the Middle East selling bacon. Wait till you see the types of markets it opens. Wait till you see how important having a name behind something really is. And you will see the continuation of one of the potential largest short squeezes in known IPO history. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat show. Let me know your thoughts on Beyond. Happy trading, make money. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.